Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk with New York Giants fullback Henry Hynoski. He's got a great camp coming up shortly. Well, welcome in, Henry, and how you feeling right now? That's the first question. How's your health?
My health is great, John. I feel better than ever. I rehabbed really hard this, when I was injured during the season, and went into the off season full force, and I feel stronger and faster than ever. So I'm looking forward to a big year.
Well, the two injuries you've had over the last couple of years, the shoulder and the knee, and you said you feel as strong as ever in both areas, correct?
Yeah, both areas, and I'm not having trouble or any issues with either of the injuries. I mean, I actually feel stronger now than I did before. I mean, that's how hard I rehabbed, and that's how the intensity I rehabbed with. So, I feel really in good shape and great condition. I feel big, strong, and fast, and I'm just really excited to see what this year brings.
Henry Hynoski's got a great camp that's coming up in a couple of weeks here. Well, Henry, let's talk about this camp. You come back home so many times before. You're always trying to do what you could for the community or the school district or your coaches that you've been with and people there in the Southern Columbia area. It's going to be a great camp, and the date is June 14th.
Yes, June 14th. It's called the Hyno-Tiger football camp. Me and Coach Roth talked about putting it on for a few months now, and it's a date we have set. It starts from noon till 4, and it benefits the Southern Columbia football program and Camp Victory, which is for children's cancer, spina bifida, and diabetes, and that's something I got involved with and helped out 2 years ago. And, it's really a charity that really touched my heart. Such amazing kids I got to spend time with, out at their camp. And it was just something that I'm really passionate about. So I couldn't think of a better charity to have some of the proceeds from this camp go towards.
And, Henry, trying to get young people from northeastern Pennsylvania and maybe beyond to come to this camp. There's a lot to offer, not just you, other coaches, and then some other players from the New York Giants.
Yeah. A few of the players, a few of my friends and teammates are coming down to help out with the camp. That's one thing about the Giants. We have, great players that are interested in philanthropy work also, and we're always willing to help each other. And like I said, it's just not for, kids that go to Southern. It's for, kids within the whole area. It'll be a great opportunity to, be coached and instructed and spend a day with some professional athletes. And, whether you just want to learn about football or you already play football or, your dream is to advance in football, and, in high school, college, and eventually get to the pros, we're the right guys to be there with and learn from.
And, of course, these young people can get autographs from you and from other New York Giants. It's going to be a great day where people really get to know you over those 4 hours and, get to get a different side than just the guy who's maybe run out on the field they see on TV. They're going to get to know what you're all about and, of course, what the coaches are about there at Southern Columbia because they had a big influence on your life.
Right, exactly. And, these same coaches that are going to be there helping out from Southern staff. I mean, they're the same coaches that, I've been instructed by and coached by since I was in junior high. So, the same coaches are there that, led us to all the state championships and built the program. And, so it's just not the players, it's the great coaches led on Southern's program, led by Coach Roth, and they're also going to be instructors too. So it's going to, show the kids what it takes to be a state champion caliber football player at the high school level also.
Well, Henry, you definitely have some athleticism in your family with the success your dad had, of course, in making it to the NFL. But at the same time, Coach Roth really kind of has a game plan of what he wants to do with his football players, a set schedule, so much consistency with it, so much structure, and that ultimately has helped a young man such as yourself now who's been in the pros a few years get to the level you're at. There's been an awful lot of hard work on your end, but boy, I'm sure that structure and consistency was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, the one thing that Coach Roth taught us from day one was discipline. Always being on time for meetings, always knowing your plays 100%, repetition. having everything to perfection. And that's why we did. That's why, we were as successful as we did. It's not that we had, this, extremely expanded playbook where we were tricking everybody all over the field. No, we just, rec plays, ran them until we had it perfected against, every defensive look we could have saw. And it wasn't just from that. It was, doing all the extra work, the staying after and catching balls from the quarterbacks, extra lifting, conditioning, meetings, study time, film work. Those were all great things that he instilled in us, and it's something that carried over to my days at playing college and now currently in the NFL.
Henry, how about that high school career? Probably doesn't get any better than what you had, and there's been so much competition in the state of Pennsylvania, and everybody wanted to emulate the Southern Columbia football program, but your years were as good as they get. Yeah,
I mean, those were the glory days there, and I think it'll be hard for anybody to top. But it was really an amazing experience, and just to share that experience with my teammates, and to this day still my best friends. My family, the entire community. It was just, a really a special time in our lives. And, especially, nobody should ever forget, during those times we were honoring our fallen teammates and friends, Tarek Legel and Eric Barnes. That was, the backbone and the structure, I think, behind our success also was that we had a lot of motivation to play for those guys.
And Henry, you recently came back home to talk about that and discuss the times that you had with those guys, and of course their memories live on forever.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, they're always in our heart, and I pray to them every day, and it's a comforting feeling when I line up out there on Sundays, knowing that they're with me, and I find strength through them when I'm playing, because I know that they're right there on the field beside me, enjoying that ball game with me.
Henry, how about for your family, that whole experience? What's it been like to go through the University of Pittsburgh with you and now with the New York Giants? How's it been for your family to share this whole experience? I'm sure it's been wonderful for your parents, of course, your extended family as well.
It's been amazing. My parents, have done so much for me throughout my whole life. I mean, they haven't missed a game yet till this day, from midgets all the way to the NFL. And, the best gift I could have ever given them was being up on stage with them at the Super Bowl, holding the trophy up there with them together on stage. That's something that could never be taken away from us. And, my parents, they were just so happy for me, but I was just so happy that I was able to give them that experience, just because we're such a close-knit family. We don't care, we don't care about ourselves. We care about each other. And, it was just unbelievable. And, the only wish I could have is to get another one. And that would be the only way it'll be the only thing that can make it better.
Well, not too many situations. You're in as good of a situation as you can, in the sense of you come back home as often as you can, and you just get on 80 and you drive home. Not too many people have that luxury that you have. Hey, you're still driving. You're not taking a big limousine or anything home. You're putting in the miles. You're coming back home, seeing your family or seeing friends. Or you're at events like you're going to be here on June 14th for this special camp. But you're in a pretty good situation, and I'm sure the people are very appreciative.
Oh yeah, I mean it's really the perfect situation. I mean, I just hop on 80 and I'm about 2.5 hour drive home, and it's actually closer for me to get to New York than it was for me to get to Pittsburgh. So it's the ideal situation for my family, and it makes it convenient to be able to go home and have an opportunity to do things like running this camp that I'm running. Get involved with other charities, because I do a lot of things out here, but my hometown, I mean, that's where I grew up, and that's the most special place on the planet to me. That's my home, and I want to be able to do as much as I can back there, and just having that opportunity, just really makes it amazing that I can do a lot of philanthropy work up in New York and back home, and at the same time I get to see all the people I grew up with and my family, most importantly.
Henry, you kind of hit upon the point of Coach Roth and what he instilled in you, and of course your family values, what your parents instilled in you. What do you think a young person now, maybe coming up through, whether they're 10 or 13 or 16 years old, something that you could say really made a difference for you?
Honestly, just just stick to your roots. You know, we're privileged to be from a great area filled with great people. You know, no matter where you go in the world or where life takes you, just stick to the roots that, you know, you were instilled with in your life. You know, just the hardworking, you know, never quit type of attitude. That's what it takes to be successful. You know, the having that tough mindset that, you know, nobody's going to stop you from achieving your dreams, no matter what you do or what anybody does to you. You know, just I think that's the one thing that really needs to be instilled in everybody's heads as a young child, if they want to go on and be successful.
Well, he is the perfect guy you want. He is an animal on the football field, and he's the nicest guy in the world off the football field. A great compliment, and you know, he does it with class, does it with sportsmanship. Henry Hynoski, his camp is June 14th, the Hyno-Tiger football camp at Southern Columbia. Get an opportunity to meet Henry and a lot of his teammates. Henry, we thank you for your gracious time here, and we appreciate talking to you.
All right, thank you, John. It's always a pleasure. A great job as always, my friend.
Henry Hynoski here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.